Hey everybody, I haven't gone live on YouTube since I was in Utah back in the fall. And I wanted to do this live to talk to you guys in real time and discuss what we thought about the Wish. So obviously Disney Cruise Line had huge announcements this week. We learned so much about the new ship. And I wanted to take a couple days to let everything kind of set in and then all come together and talk about what we thought about the new ship, what we liked and what we didn't. So if you are on here now, please get in the live chat. Let me know what you think. And I want to get your feedback. I'm just going to kind of talk about what I think, but I will keep eyes on the chat as well. So we saw the video started off in the first 12 minutes. Was really just a lot of kind of C-level executives talking about, this year at Disney, things that have been going on, pretty generic. And I'm pulling up, I screen recorded the video so I could use it as a reference today. So around the 12-minute mark, I believe, is really when we got to the first reveal. And that was whenever they took our cruise director up to the pool deck. So yeah, it is around 12 minutes. And that is, the first announcement was the Aqua Mouse. So I was really surprised by that. I was going to be really disappointed if there wasn't an Aqua Deck equivalent on the ship. That is one of my favorite parts about the Dream. I haven't gotten to go on the Fantasy yet, but I know that I will like it there as well. And then of course we have the Aqua Dunk on the Magic. And so I think we kind of all expected that and hoped for that on the Wish. Maybe that was just me. I was really, really going to be disappointed if that wasn't there. And so the Aqua Mouse looks really cool. It is, to me, interesting that there's going to be what looks like kind of LED panels inside portions of the slide telling a story. The story sounds really cute. It looks like they're using some of that vintage Mickey and Minnie animation that we've seen from the shorts on Disney Plus. And I really like that animation style. I personally love that. And so I'm so excited to see what the story is. It looks like it's going to be really cute and it's something different. So it's going to be fun to get on there and see how it is different. Another thing that I noticed about the Aqua Mouse is if you paused around like the 15-minute mark, you can look on one side of the ship. We have where it bends over the side of the ship, just like the Aqua Deck when you first go in. It looks like you go into that portion where the screens are going to be. And then there's another bend that looks like it also goes out over the ship before taking you down. And I think you go through the funnel as well. And then on the other side, it looks like there's a steep incline, but maybe I'm mistaken and you begin on the incline. It'll be interesting to see either way. It definitely looks like a different track from the Aqueduct. So that looks really interesting to me. The Aqua Mouse, I did not expect. And so that was really interesting. Then we got a view of the family pool area. And it looks like there's 5 pools that we see. They do look like there's more, but they're smaller. I don't see that they're themed at all. Of course, we've had the Mickey pool, the Goofy pool, which I love. This looks a little bit more generic, but maybe there's going to be more details that are revealed later. I also noticed that the upper deck has more of a curve to it, which is really interesting. I hope that they add a little bit more theming to the family pool deck. That's just me. Is anyone in the live chat right now, by the way? I'm not seeing any comments, but chime in if you're here, even just to say hi, because I'm just going to keep talking otherwise. But from there, then we went to Quiet Cove. And when I saw the infinity pool, I screamed. I was so excited. That looks absolutely stunning. Looks like Quiet Cove is now on the aft. I'm used to it on the Dream and Fantasy. I believe it is more forward, not completely forward, but all the way to the aft of the ship now for that infinity pool, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I did think that it looked a little bit smaller than the Quiet Cove on the other ships, but maybe I'm mistaken. It's hard to tell with these renderings, right? But it looks absolutely stunning. The views are going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to enjoy this Quiet Cove area. It looks so, so beautiful. And then from there, they went into the kids splash zone, which I'm really excited about now because I hope that next time I'm on board Disney Cruise Line, I'll be with my niece Evangeline, and it is a Toy Story theme, which I think is so cute. I love Nemo's Reef. I was curious to see if they would keep up Nemo's Reef going forward, but I like that they changed it up and did something cute and different. I think that looks really cool. I wish I could, if anybody's like really handy with YouTube Live, I wish I could be like sharing these photos so we could be looking at them together. But if anybody's really good with YouTube Live, let me know how I can do that. Then from there, the next announcement was talking about the kids club. And I think that the slide in the atrium into the kids club is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. That blew my mind. And if I don't get the chance to go on that slide into the kids club, I will be so upset. It has to happen. And now I have Evangeline, so it's the perfect excuse. But I thought that was such a magic touch, so innovative and cool. I loved the kids club's concepts. I think that the Avengers thing is really cool. Building your own suit sounds like just incredible. I think it's going to be an incredible experience. If they have an open house, I would love to go and check it out when I'm on board. I mean, even as an adult, it would be really cool to build your own superhero suit. From there, they moved into, I believe, what was the princess themed area called Fairy Tale Hall. And that, to me, I was really excited about because ahead of this announcement, we kept hearing that the Wish was going to be a castle on the seas. So I think I expected more fairy tale theming than what we saw at the announcement. So seeing this for me was really cool. Because that kind of fell in line more with what I expected on the announcement. It looks absolutely beautiful. And again, if there's an open house, I would love to go. And I just see this as something that I really would have enjoyed as a child because I grew up watching all the fairy tale classic Disney movies. And to have that touch, I think, for the little ones is really cool. Then they moved into the Walt Disney Imagineering Lab, which again, if I do not get to go into and design my own Disney attraction, I am going to be so upset. I think that looks so cool. If you are watching this now, or if you're watching this later, please comment and let me know which of the 3 kids clubs you think had the coolest concept. I love Fairy Tale Hall, and that's my sentimental favorite, but I thought the concept of the Imagineering Lab for kids was just mind-blowing. And even as an adult, I really want to visit. I want to go in and like design my own Walt Disney attraction. I thought that was so cool. Then we moved into entertainment. This is around the 20-minute mark of the announcement. And they shared that Aladdin's going to be on board, and I have not gotten to see Aladdin yet. A lot of you have seen it and have said that you absolutely love it. And so I'm really excited to hopefully, I mean, I hope I can get on the Wish and see it because I've heard really great things. And then they did say that they have a deferred announcement for 2 original shows. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to hear what the original shows are because I love their original shows. The Golden Mickeys is my personal favorite. And I really hope that they'll bring it to the Wish one day. They also announced that they are going to have the performance stage in the atrium, which I think is a great idea because they utilize that space so much anyway for things like Star Wars Day at Sea, Marvel Day at Sea, the performers around dinner, around the holidays. I know they have special presentations there, and that staging area looked absolutely gorgeous. I always like, whenever I have a down moment, just to walk through the atrium on some of the upper levels and look down and watch and see what's going on there, because there's always something cool happening. And I think especially with the staging area, we'll see that even more. And after that announcement, we moved into the announcements for the adults. And this is when we found out about Hyperspace Lounge, the Star Wars themed bar for adults. This is one of the things I was most excited about. I love Star Wars, and the theming here looked absolutely gorgeous. I know a lot of people, and I, in some ways, like share the opinion that I miss some of the revived luxury ocean liner Art Deco theming. I wish that was a little bit stronger throughout, because when I think of Disney Cruise Line, that's what I think of, and that's what I love. And I know some people feel like they went a little crazy with the IP, but this is one area where I felt like I was so excited, because even though I love areas like Pink Champagne Lounge and things like that, I think to have something specifically Disney themed for adults is just so cool. And Hyperspace Lounge looks absolutely stunning, and it feels like you get to live in Star Wars while you're on board, because the only other place really that you can experience that is Galaxy's Edge, which I've not gotten to go to. And I don't go to the parks as much as I cruise. So it'll be really neat to get to experience that on board. Then they moved on to the Rose. I'm wondering if this is where trivia is going to be. It kind of looks like the Pub 687 district. What is that area called? If you're here, comment and let me know what the area is called for that area on I can't even think, on the Fantasy. I think it's UK themed or something like that, but this kind of looks like that area. Then they showed Paulo, and I was really, really surprised. I was hoping that we would have Paulo and maybe a Remy, but I was so surprised by the Paulo theming. Of course, we see that it's influenced by Cogsworth. It's now called Paulo Steakhouse. I think they did say that they will be serving Italian. The theming looks like contemporary Art Deco. Absolutely breathtaking. Cannot wait to go. Then they announced Enchante, which I thought looked gorgeous. And I believe that's supposed to be like the Remy equivalent. So I'm really most excited to see the menus announced and shared. I can't wait to see what these places are going to be serving, because the spaces look gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I thought that was beautiful. And I thought, again, it was fun that it was themed after Beauty and the Beast, both of these things, because we kept hearing Castle on the Seas, Castle on the Seas. And I think both of these spaces kind of hit that revived, ocean liner, luxury ocean liner theme more than we saw in other places, which made me really happy. Then they talked about Quiet Cove again. We got another peek at Quiet Cove, and it was in this portion of the presentation, around 25 to 26 minutes in, that we saw closer looks at those artist renderings of Quiet Cove. And this is when the area started looking a little small to me. I'm also wondering if there's going to be a Cove Cafe. We see a bar there that's open to the pool, but I did not see a Cove Cafe, and I really hope that we're going to have one, because I love Cove Cafe. That's one of my favorite places on board. And I'm hoping that that announcement is forthcoming. After the areas reserved specifically for adults, we moved into hospitality and staterooms. So I think that the staterooms are gorgeous. Again, this is one of the places that I kind of missed the theming, the Disney cruise theming that we all know and love. I felt like the stateroom theming was really strong. And there was a lot of continuity between all four ships up to this point. We had that nautical Art Deco kind of theming in the staterooms, which I love. These look absolutely beautiful. They're just different, which is okay. That's good. I can't wait to experience them all. But with everything that I feel like on this ship is different that I'll miss, it is good because it incentivizes all of us to go on the older ships as well. So staterooms are breathtaking. I personally love seeing what looks like Mary Blair concept art in the rooms, in the renderings. I love Mary Blair, and it looks like they have concept art from Cinderella up in the rooms, which was stunning. The linens look beautiful. We see some of those Art Deco touches. The bathrooms, that's something. The bathrooms look so nice. Much more contemporary design. Again, I don't catch that kind of nautical feel that I love so much on Disney Cruise Line from the bathrooms, but they look absolutely beautiful. I loved the design in the bunk bed. A dream is a wish your heart makes in the stars. I thought that was so sweet above the bunk bed. good theming there, good continuity. There was a lot of emphasis on the veranda rooms, and I really wanted to know more about the standard inside staterooms because one of my biggest questions with the Wish was, are we going to have the enchanted porthole, the magic porthole? Because to me, I think that was one of the coolest things about the dream and the fantasy was having that there. And it really pluses the inside staterooms. It didn't look like that was going to be a part of the staterooms based off of the renderings. But it's okay if it's not. I'm going to love the Wish. I think we're all going to love the Wish. I just really hope that that is in the inside staterooms on the Wish because that's something I love so much about the Dream and the Fantasy. My jaw was on the floor with the 2-story suite. That is one of the most beautiful spaces anywhere, hands down, I've ever seen. I mean, I said it on Instagram Live right after the reveal. That looks like where Cinderella should actually live. And I can't imagine being lucky enough to get to go and have the experience of staying there. And it is just absolutely breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. That is life goals right there, getting to stay in the 2-story suite on the Wish with the floor-to-ceiling windows in the bathroom looking out onto the ocean. I mean, I don't know what could be better. I honestly don't. And I feel like Disney Cruise Line knows their fan base, or at least I felt like they knew me because what they discussed last was my favorite part, what I was most eager to see, and that's the food. So I was really hoping that Animator's Palette would continue on the new ships. It's okay that it didn't. It is okay that it didn't. The first announcement was the Frozen restaurant, which in talking to you all, my subscribers, I think a lot of people kind of anticipated that might be what's coming. Obviously, Frozen has been huge for Disney. We don't have any kind of Frozen themed spaces on the existing ships, to my knowledge at least. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we got Arendelle, a Frozen dining adventure. The space looks really beautiful. It reminds me a little bit in theme of Rapunzel's Royal Table, just from the photos. I can't wait to see what the menu is going to be like. I think that I've never had Nordic food. I'm really interested to see what that menu will look like. And I think that the dinner show will probably be really neat. My niece will love that. She loves Frozen already. And so it'll be fun to get to go and experience that with her. But then next, they announced the thing that probably, if I'm being honest, got me the most excited out of anything in the announcement, and that's 1923. So this is a restaurant that's themed after the year, I think Disney was founded, or the animation studio. And I feel like the theming and the concept here really hit the nerve center of what Disney Cruise Line is about to me. And the theming, it has the right feel. It feels like what I think of when I think of Disney Cruise Line. And that's just that original classic animation, the Art Deco feel. It feels really in alignment with like Walt's vision and what things would have been like if he was there, which I always feel like that's what they were trying to accomplish on board. The image of the inside of the restaurant looks beautiful, and I love seeing some of the art sketches that gives me that kind of Animator's Palette feel. I loved all the wood paneling, the dark green, the brass and gold. It really did have that great old Hollywood feel. I absolutely loved it. And then last, they announced the Marvel restaurant. So they said, I think that's going to be some kind of interactive dining experience. We didn't get a ton of details about that. So it'll be interesting to see what else we find out about that going forward. I like Marvel, but I think one of my subscribers said it best. Before I go on the ship, I'm going to want to definitely brush up on all of my Marvel knowledge so I can really enjoy all of the spaces that they really have dedicated to Marvel, because it looks like that's going to be a big part of the ship and the theming. So all in all, Really excited. Oh, one thing that I did not talk about, the new Walt Disney Theater, themed after an enchanted forest. We didn't see the reds and golds. This time we got green and gold. It looks really, really beautiful. I'm so excited. Something about being in that theater is always just so magical. And yeah, they definitely did something different. I think that's kind of the entire thing with the ship is it feels different than anything we've seen from Disney Cruise Line. I love Disney Cruise Line. They can't go wrong. I cannot wait to get on the Wish. I'm excited to have some new experiences. And I think the things that'll be different about that will make the other ships that we all know and love even more special once we go on them. But those are my final thoughts. Please, I want to know what you all think. Let's discuss in the comments down below. What are you most excited about? What will you miss? What will keep you going back to the old ships? And yeah, just your overall thoughts and opinions. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you next time right here on Alleyways. Bye.